There we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along. Tonight I have a very special guest with me on this edition of Interview of a Monkey. This is a man who charges for intros, so he's not getting one. Bandsaw the Hedgehog, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
If we can call you that at this unsightly hour in Australia. What time is it over there right now?
9:15, my friend.
That's your fault, not mine.
Yes, it is. Shut up. We've had that discussion. Leave it alone. I've had coffee. I'm relatively human.
Relatively? You're Australian. You're never human.
Hey, we came from you lot, so it's your fault.
I've seen bush babies more human than you.
That's true.
Okay, so let's kick it off. Why don't you tell us a little bit something about yourself and about your channel? Let's start off simple, shall we?
All right. Well, my name is obviously, as Monkey said, Bandsaw the Hedgehog. I'm 33 and I like long walks on the beach and I don't like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. That's why I don't go to England, because it's always fucking raining.
Is it bollocks? You should have seen the glorious sunshine out there today.
No, I've seen a few pictures from Mike and Sneaky saying the same thing. But yeah, my channel is basically gaming related crap, although I am going through a bit of a slump at the moment. Like, you know, just can't really think of anything to talk about. I suppose that's a problem we all encounter when we're doing commentaries and stuff like that. But yeah, like Call of Duty, Destiny, there goes my phone. Shit, what else do I put up? I did do a Fallout. I am doing Lego Let's Play with the Missus, a Mr. and Mrs. Hedgehog play, but like I just haven't uploaded that in a couple of weeks, which that will be uploaded for Tuesday. So I'll put that up, another episode for that up on Tuesday, if anyone wants to come and watch that. While, you know, and we just have great fun. The Missus and I doing that. But, you know, we muck around, we get stuck, yell at each other. She calls me an idiot, I call her an idiot. You know, friendly husband and wife banter.
Sounds like a typical marriage to me. I mean, you walk around a
exactly.
DIY store on a Sunday afternoon and that's all the eyes are
like,
for.
Can we leave yet? It's like, no, I need a hammer. And then you go to the, like, you know, the clothes shop and it's the roles are reversed.
Yeah, you're constantly wanting to try on the women's underwear. But the less said about that, the better.
It's so comfortable. What are you going to do?
Well, you know, you hang a little in and a little out.
And plus, like, here's a tip for you. You grab yourself a pair of women's G-strings, you turn them around, wear them backwards, you get a nice bit of room up the front for your bunch, and you get a G-string thrown in for fuck all.
Well, there you go. That's top fashion tip brought to you by Bandsaw. There.
I actually stole that off an Australian comedian, but still, it still works.
Australian comedians? You mean you have more than one? Wait, no, you have two. Yeah, two.
Let's see if you can name them.
Adam Hills and, and Kevin Bloody Wilson.
Yeah, well, this guy is a bit like Kevin Bloody Wilson, but a bit more crude. His name's Rodney Rude.
Oh, Rodney Rude! Bloody hell! I actually thought he was a Kiwi.
No, he's an Aussie.
Well, yeah, excellent. So, yeah, that's you, and that's your channel, and
just about, yeah.
It does have some very very bizarre commentaries, especially over the Plants vs Zombies gameplay. But
you're talking about what I did about Mike's channel.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I wasn't actually thinking of that one, but yeah, thanks for that. I watched that not half an hour ago whilst eating my Ruby.
Yeah, that one was a spin out when Mike showed me the article, and I'm like, I just had to sit there and shake my head.
I just love that term, feminazis.
It's a term that's getting more and more bloody popular.
To be honest, I don't think you. If anyone's coined that, they couldn't have coined any better phrase. If I'm honest. Yeah. But there we are. So what's Put my teeth back in. Oh wait, I already have. Yeah.
Try that.
Hang on. What's planned for the future of your channel? What have you got coming up? What games are you looking forward to getting on there?
Well, I'd love to get some more plans for like an actual. I'd love to actually get Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Maybe have a look at The Division, Dark Souls 3. That's coming out soon. Doom. But like it's all down to fucking the wallet and whether or not the missus will let me buy it.
Yeah, that's they're definitely cons and pros there. Mainly cons. I mean, let's face it. Games for the for the current gen consoles are not cheap whatsoever. No. I mean,
but in saying that, there is a couple of backwards compatible games I wouldn't mind getting, like games that I've played back in the day, like really retro games, like the Monkey Island series and the Sonic games and all that. There's so many on the Xbox One now that are actually on the backwards compatible and everything like that. So, like
if you do a series on Monkey Island, I will accept the proposal that you sent me earlier. Full on.
I had to think then. What do you hang on with? I remember.
Yeah, the physical proposal.
I've already spoken. I think Steve and I were talking about it. Like Lifestyle Gamer, and he was considering the same thing, doing the same thing. Not the proposal, the game.
Well, I can just imagine Steve playing Monkey Island.
Yeah.
Just okay. So I've got to go and I've got to polish his leg. I've got to polish his. Where do I get polish from? And then spend 3.5 hours picking up and putting down a bit of polish.
Oh yeah. It's funny. I've got it on the PlayStation 3 at the moment. Like the only reason I haven't put it up on YouTube yet is because my Elgato will not record from my PlayStation 3. I can only record on that because I've got the HD60 Elgato, so it'll only record from PS4 or Xbox One. So, like, if I still had like my old Roxio, I would have recorded that, and that would have been up on YouTube ages ago. Because, like, and the funny thing is, I bought it and I've picked it up, and it was all just almost muscle memory, like remembering. All right, I go here, I go there, I do this, I do that, because I've played it so many times on the PC back on the old 486.
Oh,
but I just remember.
Yes. And you, sir, you fight like a dairy farmer.
That I do.
For those of you who don't know, in Monkey Island, you have insult sword fighting instead of standard sword fighting, and the way to beat them is to counter the insults. Where Bandsaw should have said, "Oh yeah, you fight like a cow." Well, how appropriate you fight like a cow.
It's still a bit like, early in the morning, I'm like trying to rack the memory. The gears are going, but there's not enough lubricant up there,
What, did you not head out to the Dunny and get yourself some Fosters last night?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. There wasn't enough in the tank. But my one favorite, but still talking about Monkey Island, I think the one I played more was the Return or the Curse of Monkey Island, like the second one. And I still remember I had that one on 5 1/4 floppy. So that's dating myself and showing how committed I was to gaming.
You had it on 5 1/4. I only had it on 3.5 inch. So.
Well, I mean, it's cold over in England. That's why you got it a bit smaller.
Yes. But what's the difference between a computer and a woman? A computer doesn't laugh at a 3.5 inch floppy.
Exactly.
Well.
But yeah, I did love the spitting competition in that.
Yeah, over on that's over on Mealy Island.
Yeah.
Memories.
Man, we should really start bringing back like I mean, I know I'm not really talking about myself here, but that video that Higgsy just put up really reminded me about it. Or it wasn't Higgsy, it was You're Paranoid. Like the whole thing about the games, do retro games age well and all that sort of stuff. That's what really got me thinking about like the old games, Monkey Island, and like the original Duke Nukem's like Jungle Jane, Zool, Jazz Jackrabbit, all of those old games.
Yes. Oh,
Space Quest, Heroes Quest.
The proper, the old school, you know, you were playing it on 3.1 version or SNES if you were really lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, if you were really lucky. LucasArts could make a game, man, back in the day.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, especially point and clicks.
Oh, yeah. Like Day of the Tentacle, Leisure Suit Larry.
The Indiana Jones series that they did.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
In saying that about Leisure Suit Larry, not the last Leisure Suit Larry they did, but the one that was out for PlayStation 2. It was Magna Cum Lord, I think it was. That was an actually bloody good game that they made.
Yeah, it was. It was. The fact that
it was actually banned here in Australia.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, I know, shocker. I ended up actually scoring myself a copy, and I've still got it to this day. I will not get rid of it.
I can't say I blame you. It's I really don't understand the censorship of the Australian government when it comes to things like that. This was
back before we had that R-rated gaming. But I mean, even though we've still got that R-rated, like that R rating, we're still getting games that are censored or banned. I mean, look at South Park Stick of Truth. They censored that, but they also did that over in Europe. I don't know if they did it with you guys as well, but I know at least in like the European Union, they censored it.
European Union? Yeah, let's not go into that. I mean, I've got a question to ask you about that later anyway.
Okay.
But yeah. Where was I? Where the fuck was I? Bastard. Yeah. It actually brings me on to my next question. With the rules and regulations as they stand on YouTube at the moment, how do you stand on self-censorship? Because obviously no one likes to censor themselves. However, do you think it would be appropriate for you to slap on your own age restrictions or an advance warning if you are under the age of 15, 16? At the beginning of the video, you know, you can't access this video, or you know, what the hell? Because of I know myself, my son watches various YouTubers, and all of a sudden he'll come up and he's watching this game, and it's just like, that's an 18 rated game. I don't even let you play that. Why are you watching him? And you know, it's just like, I'd like to have a bit more control over what my kids are watching without actually not letting them watch YouTube itself.
Yeah. To be honest, I can't remember. I think when I first started doing YouTube, I think I set up like the whole default thing of like, if you're under the age of 18, you ain't going to watch my videos. Because I mean, the shit that comes out of my mouth, ain't no one gonna, like, you know, want to watch that. I mean, fair enough. Like, I'll swear in front of my kids, and like,
that's your prerogative.
It's a totally different. Kids. Yeah, exactly. Like, they're my kids. Like, I raise them how I want. But like, and our generation is totally different to our parents' generation, and so on and so forth, going back. Whereas, like, you know, when we were growing up, you wouldn't dare swear in front of your parents. Like, I wasn't, like, my family was in no way religious. But if I said Jesus Christ in some kind of like exasperated tone, I'd get a whack up the side of the head.
Oh, yeah.
But nowadays, like, you know, we can say shit, fuck, you know, all that sort of stuff. And I mean, as long as my kids don't say it to each other, or to, like, you know, the wife and I calling us fucking idiots, or like, you know, go fuck yourself or anything like that. Like, if they hurt themselves and say, oh, for fuck's sake, or something like that, well, you know, I let that slide. But like, you start saying it towards us, then upside the head.
That's
but
exactly
yeah, I
think
as I said, I'm not sure. I'd actually have to check after we're done here. But I think I have got like that, like, age restriction on there. But like, going to what my kids watch on YouTube, like, when that whole thing, like, I don't like the guy, but I do give him props for what he did, is like Keemstar with like the thing with Lion Maker and all of that with the Minecraft community, like the pedophiles in the Minecraft community. And it came as such as a shock to all of us that this is what's happening out in Minecraft. But you sit back and think about it. Hang on, where's the perfect place to groom kids online? The Minecraft community.
Exactly.
And the minute I found out, I checked out all the names that he listed, and I talked to my youngest. Like, she loves Minecraft, watching Minecraft videos. She watches this Stampy long twat or whatever, like, you know, all these other people. And I said, do you watch this guy? Do you watch that guy? And she's like, no, I don't watch any of them. And I said, well, do you comment on any of the videos? And she's like, no, because she uses the wife's account, so she doesn't comment or even like any of the videos. She just watches them. And I said, all right. But, like, you know, the minute I heard that, man, like, I was straight in there making sure, like, you know, they don't watch that sort of shit. So, like, and that's something you've got to do. If you've got to have kids, if you're going to have kids, you can't just park them in front of a computer and say, here, watch, go, have fun. I don't care what you watch, just stay out of my hair. But, you know, you've got to do your bloody job.
Yeah, you have to give your parental responsibility. But if you are, you know, in the background and you're doing other stuff, and, you know, it's the same with all parents. You know, you're half focused on what you've got to get done. It's just like, right, okay, they're happy, they're doing that. That's what they want to do right now. Hang on a minute. What are you watching?
Yeah,
it's definitely an odd one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't let my kids play. All right, I let my two youngest play Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, but they play zombies and they play each other. Like, they play private matches, all that sort of stuff. They don't play like online or anything like we do.
So you just,
so, like, you know, I keep them away from that sort of, like, they don't play online. They'll play Minecraft with each other. They'll, like, I don't let them go online at all. Like, just to keep them away from any of that element. Because, I mean, look what it's done to us.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, let's not recant half of the conversation that we had earlier, or yesterday for you.
I could put screenshots up about that.
Please don't. I'm trying to keep this as unfriendly, family friendly as possible.
Well, you invited the wrong person then.
I said unfamily friendly.
Oh, okay. All
right. Okay. So yeah, you're. I know you're at least two of your kids are at school. They're possibly a third.
Yeah. No, the oldest one's 18, so she's, like, you know, off on her own.
Off on her own. Yeah, that's
like,
cool.
She still lives here, but, like, you know, she's responsible for herself. Like, we've done all we can. It's like, you know, she's at that age where it's like, you know, if you chose to listen to us, it's like cattle prod. Get out the door. Yeah, like, you know, you do your best, and that's all you can do. So, like, you know.
Okay,
you're
so
18 now. You've got to judge everything for yourself.
So you have two kids.
Do as I say, not as I do.
No, or do as I do, but just don't tell us.
Yeah.
So would it be safe to assume that you have done some degree of helping with homework?
I've done much of a degree of helping with homework.
Okay, so do you know much about geography?
Or not?
Do you know much about geography?
I know how to colour in, because that's basically all it was for me.
Okay, right. You are from Australia. Is that correct?
Last time I checked, yeah. I'd have to check my license, but yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Australia, that's in which continent?
Australia.
Australia, the continent. Okay, I thought it was Australasia. That's proved me wrong.
No, that's like it's like the like, you know, when you've got your zones, like you've got your Americas, you've got your Europe, you've got your Africas, and then we're lumped in with Asia and Australia, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand. It was called Australasia. Now I think it's called Oceania or something like that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So just answer me one question. Why the fuck is Australia entering into the Eurovision Song Contest?
Because we're still part of the Commonwealth. I think we're still classed as considering we're part of the Commonwealth, we can enter in.
But you're not part of Europe.
I know.
Not that I give a flying fuck, you know, unless you're actually going to send Daniel Johns over there to give a
fuck off.
Fantastic performance with Silverchair. Yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah, but it'd have to be Silverchair back like when I was a kid, like
when they were good,
like in the early '90s. Frog Stomp, Freak Show, not the bullshit that they're coming out with now, where he's dressing like a girl.
Well, they broke up 6 years ago.
Yeah, they broke up, then they came back, and then they broke up again, and then they came back.
You know more about it.
That more than Spinal Tap and bloody Led Zeppelin.
You know, Spinal Tap's not a real band, right?
Need a Silverchair.
But no, it just bamboozled me. It was just like, okay, so this year, I'm not huge into Eurovision whatsoever. But whilst I've got the radio on at work, oh no, you wouldn't do being in Australia. It's probably prime time viewing over there. But it's the fact that it's just like, okay, and this year's Eurovision entrants are Sweden, England, Ireland, Australia. What? I mean, seriously. I just didn't understand it. I thought maybe, you know, you could maybe shed some light on it. I'm pretty sure there's an Irishman.
I have no idea, man. I hear about it like coming up to it. Like you see it all on the telly, like it's getting more and more popular over here. It's like, you know, international idol. Fuck like your Australian idol, fuck your UK idol, American idol, all that. Eurovision, that's where it is, because that's where ABBA got it. So we're going to go over there and we're going to fuck them all up and go over once. I'm like, you know, I don't give a shit.
I've just had a tweet in from FX Boy Forever. If Australia has a Eurovision entry, it best be Tism. I could probably agree with that, actually.
Yeah. I love Tism, man.
Or Helmet. There you go. There's a blast.
No, I like Tism.
Tism. Yeah. Okay, we'll go with Tism.
Yeah. I was actually. I've been waiting for you to fuck up and just call it Jism.
Hey, I'm not that bad. And hey, you've got Jism on the brain. You've been skull fucked in the last 24 hours.
Where?
Oh, actually, it's just.
Yeah, I was actually only listening to that. It looks like you've got it on your hands.
Hey, these are working hands, man. I've got it all down.
Exactly. You've got it on your hands.
I've been down the docks, man. I got desperate.
Earning a $5 a go.
$5 a go. Hey, you can come over and be my best customer.
I meant 5p, not £5.
Well, 5p.
Yeah, I was only listening to Tism only the other day. You know, was it? I'm on the drug.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have a confession from Bandsaw. I'm on the drugs.
Because that was like on, oh shit, what year was it now? 1999? Yeah, the 1999 Triple J Hottest 100, which is like our up and coming radio station type of thing, back when music was halfway fucking decent.
Yes, I'd agree with that.
And every Australia Day they released the Hottest 100 and all that sort of stuff. And back then, that was number 13 on disc 1. I don't know. I'm racking the brain, like, you know, I'm lucky to remember that shit. But yeah, there was some good songs on that album, man, like Garbage and Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds with Kylie Minogue, all of that. Like, you know, there's some good songs on there.
Yeah, he just happens to mention Kylie. I mean, come on, my opinion's gone from here to probably about here.
Of course, you think she looks good, don't you? That's why it's down there.
No comment.
If Sneaky was watching, he'd enjoy that. He loves Kylie. Especially on Neighbours.
I wouldn't know. I'm not that old.
Come on, you're my age. Admit it.
4 years younger than you. I am. I keep losing my train of thought. It's been a long day, people. I'm very sorry. If anyone is actually watching, apparently not. I have one watching, and that's probably FX Boy Forever, because he's my biggest fan. No, he is. He's my best friend. He's my pity follower. Okay, so I'm going to bring a question back that I know you loved from the interview with Gillespie Gaming, and that was, if you could be any character from any game series, who would it be and why?
Well, it's not going to be Sonic the bloody Hedgehog like everyone thinks.
No, it'd be Knuckles.
No, to be honest, I couldn't couldn't fucking like. All right, going back to what we were talking about earlier, I'd be Guybrush Threepwood.
Now that
from the Monkey Island series.
Yeah.
I mean, because like, face it. First off, he had great hair.
He had great hair and a great beard.
And he never had a beard.
He did have a beard. In Tales of Monkey Island, he had a goatee.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that bit. My bad. Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, he had the great hair, the great beard, and tell you what, man, who wouldn't want to be Guybrush? Look at his coat. It could just hold all sorts of shit.
I know.
It's better than Lara Croft's backpack, the TARDIS, any of that. You could just put anything you want in there, and it's in there. And not like that you've got to go rummaging around looking for it. It's just like, bang, there it is.
Yeah, it's there. And let's face it, he's had a dog in there. And I'm pretty sure in one of the games that he had the hypnotized monkey from the second Monkey Island.
Yes, that was the second one.
Yeah. That was also the one with the dog. But I'm pretty sure in the third Monkey Island, there is an Easter egg where you can find a TARDIS and put that inside his jacket too.
Oh, okay. So I've only ever played the two.
Oh, I've played all of them.
Like well, I've only played the two original ones, not the ones that they brought out a few years later.
Yeah, I mean the original two were probably the best. I mean the creator, I forget his name. I was only looking at it the other day because he's got another game on Kickstarter, which is again another pirate themed game. But it's completely different to Monkey Island, but the same at the same time. It's
I'd have to say Guybrush. Like, even though he's not got that greater luck with the women, or should I say woman, one singular, Elaine.
Oh, I don't know. You married her in the third one, but fourth one, but you wouldn't know that.
No, I wouldn't. But he does give a spectacular wedgie.
Yes, and he can hold his breath for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can actually test that in the second Monkey Island when he goes diving. If you leave him for 10 minutes, he drowns.
I remember that. I think it was probably one of the early playthroughs that I did back when I was a kid. I had to go do something. I think the old girl probably wanted me to do something, come back, and he's dead.
So no, please, no. Why, Guybrush? You can hold your breath. It's been 15 minutes. Okay. But those games just had such brilliant characters as well.
Yeah, great character.
Stan's got to be the best character in Monkey Island, bar Guybrush Threepwood.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Insert text here.
I loved it, of course. It's just like, I think that's why I like the Lego games so much. It's because it's got that same sort of Monkey Island vibe to it.
Yeah, it's different. It's creative, and it's not okay with the. You've played the Lego Marvel adventures. Is it
Lego Marvel? All of them, Lego Star Wars 3 and The Hobbit.
Right. Okay. So you know this pretty damn well. It's not exactly like an exact rip from the film. It is like a main part of the story, but there's other jokes thrown in there and other Lego bits and pieces in there as well, which is.
Mm-hmm. And they like to take it and everything like that. And to be honest, like, if I had one critique of the Lego games, it was like they shouldn't have put the voices in. From they should have, and everything like that. It was more funny when it was just all like almost like a silent movie.
Yeah, I think when they brought out Lego City, it kind of it kind of went south. I think.
Well, I haven't played that one, but like all the movie ones and all of that, like I've played Lego Star Wars 1, the Lego Star Wars 2 one. That was me tweeting out the thing.
Yeah, that was cool.
I played all the Batman ones, the Marvel superheroes, the Lord of the Rings, the Avengers, obviously. So yeah, once they started putting like the voices in, Indiana Jones. But in saying that, the Lego Marvel ones, like the Lego Marvel superheroes, not Avengers, that one was good because that's all entirely original. Same with the Batman ones. Like that wasn't taken from a movie.
Yeah,
like
it's just its own script, and it goes off and on.
All that, yeah. You don't know where it's going to go. It's like you're playing along, and it's like, oh well, now I know what's essentially going to happen. The storyline might be a bit different. You may see a chicken or something like that, or you may have to build a chicken. And if anyone has watched my Lego Batman 3, will know where that's from. Why I mentioned building a chicken.
I can't say that I've watched that yet. I'm in the middle of a deep binge of all YouTube at the moment, so I will get around to it. I promise I will.
Oh,
I'm still only halfway through your Fallout
series. And everyone's giving me Mrs. is giving me hell for that, and everyone did in the comments for that as well.
Excellent.
It's become a recurring theme of our Lego playthroughs.
Okay, so which did come first, the chicken or the egg?
Oh, trust me, it was neither. It was the mulcher.
Brilliant. I think the less said about that, the better. So if you're confused as I am, I think you should just go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, go and watch it. It's a whole playlist. You'll find it.
Yeah, I'll leave the link to the playlist in the description of the video, and yeah, watch it. You'll love it. Go and give Bandsaw that YouTube monies.
Yeah. I've got to buy that Happy Meal. I'm almost there.
Really? It's $60 for a Happy Meal in Australia? Wow, you got it. Okay, let's get back into it. How do you feel about the current Call of Duty series? Oh, the latest episode, the Black Ops 3. How do you feel it's going?
Well, I haven't played it in a while, mainly because my Xbox Live has run out, and because I'm skint, so I can't play the multiplayer. But I agree with everyone saying that the storyline was absolute rubbish. I got to maybe the 3rd or 4th mission, and the wife and I were playing together. Yeah, that's the best part of the whole thing. Yes. Train goes boom. Love that bit. If they had just had every line of dialogue, train goes boom, train goes boom, train goes boom, I would have played it all the way through. Yeah, I only got to the 4th fucking mission or something like that, and I'm like, nah, this is boring as all piss. I'm gonna go and play multiplayer. But yeah, I'm enjoying the multiplayer. I don't think I've ever really had a bad thing to say about it. I mean, sure, there's the campers and there's all the other bullshit that we're getting in every game nowadays. So you just got to ignore that crap now. People running around with the RPGs and you've got the added thing of specialists. Big fucking deal. There was such a fucking big thing to do about the specialists being added. And I mean, anyone who's watched my channel knows I love Destiny. So it's a simple sideways progression from Destiny to Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Sure, there's some similarities between the specialists and the supers and some not. But, I mean, it's just an added thing you can do. It's like a kill streak for free, essentially. It helps, some of the, I suppose I won't call them noobs, but, the
less talented players.
Yeah, less talented players actually maybe get a few kills. Sure, if you get a ton of kills or you use that overclock ability or whatever it is, you'll rack it up quicker. You'll get your specialist quicker. But either way, you're still going to get it, no matter how many times you die or anything like that. There's no, I don't see a problem with it. And I haven't, as I said, I haven't played in a while, so I haven't even got the new match yet, which was only released last week or something like that. But
of course, yeah, Xbox.
I've got no problem with it. And I mean, going back to the whole thing with the maps, going back even further when Activision announced that they're partnering with PlayStation instead of Microsoft, and there was that whole Xbox or we riot thing. To be honest, I was ashamed to call myself an Xbox gamer, to own an Xbox because of that. I mean, hell, I went from PlayStation 3, I'd owned PlayStation 1, 2, and 3. And then on the advice of friends, who then summarily jumped ship to PlayStation, I bought an Xbox. And then they announced this, and people were asking me, how do you feel about the fact that now Call of Duty is jump ship to PlayStation, and now you're on Xbox, you're going to have to wait again? big fucking deal. I got used to it on the PlayStation 3. It's going to be no change on the Xbox. I do not give a shit. By the time it comes around to the Xbox, it should have all the problems. All you pricks on the PlayStation can endure like the month of glitches and all that other bullshit, and then us on the Xbox can get a nice, clean release. So,
yeah, for once I actually.
I've got nothing. Yeah, I mean, I don't go in for this whole console war bullshit. Like, you want to play a PlayStation, you play a PlayStation. You want to play an Xbox, play an Xbox. You want to play both, play both. Like, if you can afford to have both, like, and get like the PS Plus and the Xbox Live membership for both, more power to you. But don't go around saying this console's better. You should play this console. You should do this. Like, why are you playing this? You should do this. Why are you playing this game? You should be playing this game. This game's better. Sure, there's a fine line between this, like, giving a suggestion to, like, out and out saying you should do this. It's almost like console evangelism. I mean, that's the best way I can think of it.
Yes, you should join the Church of the PlayStation, and forever your sins will be repented, and you will not have to suffer the terrible, terrible downfalls that Microsoft has forsaken you on Xbox One. Yes, that's true. Actually,
saying that, you've got the you got your console exclusives. Like Xbox have got some, PlayStation have got some, and Michael will agree with me here, even though he's not watching because he's at his birthday party, probably standing behind a guitar. He and I have long conversations about why I should buy a PlayStation. And there's only one reason that we both agree on. And that's because I want to play Bloodborne. And that's a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he got me into playing Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, or Dark Souls 2, I haven't played Dark Souls. And now Dark Souls 3 is coming out. I'm excited for that. And watching his many playthroughs of Bloodborne, it's just I want to play the game, but I can't because I don't have a PlayStation 4. And his solution is either sell my Xbox and buy a PlayStation 4, or sell one or two of my children to pay for the PlayStation.
Oh, that's an interesting concept. Selling children.
Mind you, anytime I have a fiduciary problem, it's always sell one of my children. And he'll probably kill me for that. Yeah, I just read that. And he'll probably kill me for mentioning it when he watches this back tomorrow morning when he has a massive hangover.
I doubt he'll watch this. This is on my channel.
He'll watch it because I'm here. Make it bloody watch it.
Yes, you must. In fact, Michael, I'm going to set you up with a camera and you're going to watch it through my laptop and you're going to broadcast it live to you.
Exactly. Gadgetic reacts to Monkey's interview of the Hedgehog. Although we could get copyright infringement from the Fine Brothers.
And all it'll be was, ow, my head, make it stop. Ow. Oh.
Can I go back to bed yet?
Quick, someone tweet a picture of a cat that's hungover drinking soda. He does like that picture a lot.
Yes, he does. Mind you, when I did that video when I was drinking, he enjoyed tweeting out the picture of the Sonic the Hedgehog, Knuckles and Tails, all completely pissed. I think I still actually have that picture. Somewhere. Might be on my tablet.
It's a good picture. It's a very good picture. I mean,
I've used it many a time.
I mean, let's face it. Anything that portrays computer game characters getting absolutely leathered after completing a level, it's fine by me.
Exactly.
I mean, what was that game where you played as a drunk squirrel?
Conkers.
That's it. Yeah, my missus is ranting and raving about it. Apparently, they're bringing out a new Conkers.
Yeah, there is.
She's buried.
I know if you get that. There is a game out at the moment, Project Spark. It's like a free user create your own level type of game, and there's a whole bunch of Conquer stuff on there.
Bished squirrel.
Yep. I remember playing that on the squirrel.
Honestly, it completely passed me by. I never really saw it. I mean, I had a 64, but I had a 64 in the sense that it was a joint Christmas present with two of my brothers, and I never got to play it, except for when they wanted someone else.
We had when I was younger and I got the 64, it was a joint present between me and my brother, and we got sat down and said, all right, what do you want, a PlayStation or a 64? I said PlayStation. The brother said 64. We got a 64. But in saying that, it did introduce me to an awesome game of the time, which was GoldenEye.
Yes. Oh, God, yes.
And if you look back at, like, you know, all the history of the FPS games, like you've got your progenitors of like their whole FPS genre, which is Wolfenstein 3D, Spear of Destiny, and Doom. You've got like basically those three, which you can categorically say are the three most popular FPS games that really launched the whole thing. And then you've got like which games kept it going, and you can easily say GoldenEye is one of them.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, it introduced that new
more of a 3D element.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. That new graphical interface where it was just okay, the faces were stretched onto a pyramid effectively, but
like the faces and was just one flat texture. But for the time, man, like, you know, looking at it back now, you look at it and say, what the fuck were we thinking enjoying this game? But you look at it from the mindset of back then, that was the shit. Like, you know, that was like the limit of its 64-bit graphics. Whereas, sure, PlayStation had a few more polygons and all of that to give the face a bit more definition. But if you're looking at the gameplay side of it, not just the graphics, that game was awesome. Like the storyline was great, and the multiplayer was awesome.
And the challenges were actually challenging. It's not like the challenges you get in the games now, where it's just like, complete this level in 3.5 hours.
Yeah, or like, you know, you've got the ones like in Call of Duty, you get like the little banners and shit like that. Get 10 kills with this weapon, 20, 30, 40. Or like, 90. You know, wall run twice. Like, you know, wall run from one wall to another, then get a kill while wall running on a third. It's like, you know, the next one, like, you know, I reckon in the next game it's going to be, all right, get a kill while standing on one leg with your thumb up your ass and dancing a jig while singing Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
No, you couldn't sing Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It'd have to be Paracetamol-Fruity-Bendronneomycin, because that's more of a challenge. Although I think in the next Call of Duty, it'll probably get one kill whilst prone.
Yes. Get 3 kills while hiding in a corner while wearing a ghillie suit.
Set up your
3 IEDs and a bouncing Betty.
Set up your tent effectively without getting killed.
Yep. Make sure all guy wires are secure.
Do not kick over your stove.
Oh God, the brain power that thinks this shit up. We should make games, man.
Yes, but if we make games, let's face it, it's going to be something cross between Monkey Island and Discworld. Yeah, actually, yes, let's do it. And in fact, let's not.
Just to say that we did.
Yeah, and let's not go through Unity. Let's get an actual decent platform.
But in saying that, there is a company over your way that makes games that has basically taken the piss out of the popular games. Like there's one that's out there called Not COD. There's one that's over there called Not GTA.
I have not seen these games. I need to find them.
To know for sure, you've got to go and check out a friend's channel, Tepid Salis. He did both of them. It's like little indie studio. And they're all like, especially the GTA one. It's all hand-drawn graphics. Like literally, they've taken a sheet of paper, they've drawn it by hand. It looks like a kindergarten kid or someone like from year 2 has drawn it, and then they animate it.
Awesome.
And like the GTA one, there's one section where your character, it's like basically taken off the 3-character storyline of GTA 5, but one of them's from the West Country, you know, freaking over in Bristol or something like that, trying to get out the hippies from the campground. Like, oh, we got to get these hippies out of here.
Probably at Glastonbury. Because let's face it,
but you got to do it with a tractor.
To quote Bill Bailey, they will burrow under a fence to get to the face painting tent. I want to be a panther. Because that's what hippies do. And it's so true. And yes, that is a direct quote from Bill Bailey.
But yeah, like those games, like I enjoy watching them. Like there's one where they take the piss out of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I think that's the not COD one. And it's like that no Russian episode or something like that, but you're going through a county fair. Like you got to see it. It's funny as hell.
What is it? Remember, don't shoot any carnies.
I can't remember. But yeah, what old mate just tweeted about the Discworld games. I did always want to play that game. I never ended up getting around to playing it. I used to get a video game magazine. I think I've still got one of my old demo discs, and I want to talk about that. You know, you probably this is probably something you'd be agreeing with me about too. But I used to get an old gaming magazine. I can't remember what the fuck it was called, and it had a whole thing about Discworld. Like, it was like 3 or 4 pages about the game, and I'm like, that is so cool. But I never ended up playing the game. So I mean, I might have to look up and see if there's like an emulation, because they're starting to emulate all the old Windows 3.1 games onto like for your browsers and stuff like that.
Yes, but give it 5 minutes. Bruce will probably send you a link.
Because I mean,
good like
the other day or a couple of weeks ago, I saw a tweet from Game Informer saying about all these 3.1 games being emulated for your browser, and there was the Incredible Machine, a game I used to play in school, where you've got to link up all these different devices just to achieve one simple goal. It's like one great big Rube Goldberg machine. Oh. And I love that game. It was awesome. And I sat there for 4 hours just playing this game. Just connecting up, making sure that the ball will drop on this motor, which will kick it into gear, which will drive this belt, which will send this ball into the torch, which will light the fuse on a rocket, which will shoot this up, pump a bellows, which will blow a balloon into the scissors and pop the balloon. That was the goal, to pop the balloon. And you've got all these fucking little steps just to pop a balloon.
And the balloon will pop, and it'll make the teenage bride cry, and the tears will fall onto the wedding cake and destroy the writing.
Exactly.
The writing will result in you getting a trophy saying, "Well done." you popped.
There we go.
Here you go.
Sent it. Well, not a link, but he said that there's an emulator that does it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Talking about the demo discs, I got a question for you. Do you think that they should bring them back out? Bring out the demo discs, because sure enough, you get the Xbox magazines, you get the PlayStation magazines, but they've just got trailers. They don't have the demos anymore. Gone are the days when you could pick up a magazine, whether it be a PC mag or just a general gaming magazine, and it'll have a disc with demos on it for the game. I mean, sure, fair enough. There are demos on the marketplaces for PlayStation and all of that.
Yeah, but your attention is not brought to them, is it? It's when
there's no write-up about them or anything like that.
Yeah,
in the magazine, there's a write-up about them.
That's a brilliant point, I do agree that they should bring that sort of magazine back, or at least do a I don't know what the Xbox equivalent is, but you got PlayStation Access. I think if they were to do something which is it's just a little video and it says what's coming out, what's happening, blah 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 blah. Oh,
well, they do one
demos too.
Like the marketing guy from Xbox, he does one video every week. This week on Xbox, and he says stuff that's going on in the world of Xbox, what's coming up, and what's out now. But it's still you don't have any mention of there's nothing really about demos and stuff like that.
No.
Sure, they're putting more out now. They're calling them game trials or free access, like that. What's that game? Ark Evolved or whatever it is. It's a dinosaur type game, and There's a few others that you can download, which is still sort of essentially in alpha beta stage, like, you know, not really ready for release, that you can download and you can play, give feedback on, and they're just going to keep updating it and everything like that.
FX Boy Forever has just made an excellent point. Why do we need demo discs when magazines come with a computer on them now, which can run emulators? This is very, very true.
Fair is.
But let's face it, where if your attention is not brought to these specific magazines, and B, if they're not specific, the idea behind the original demo disc was to attract your attention to obviously the AAA rated game that was on there, but also the fantastic B rated games that people would always underrate.
Yeah,
like I always remember one PlayStation demo magazine thing that I got. It had an excellent AAA rated game on it, but I never played it because it had Sheepdog and Wolf on it, which was the Wile E. Coyote game where he tried to steal sheep, and it was just like, I just played that over and over again for like 6 hours. It's like, this is great. It's one level, but it's amazing.
And I mean, it was only not so long ago that they used to do it, because I remember I bought, this is going back a few months now, an Xbox magazine, like Xbox Australia or whatever, and they had like that deal where you buy one and it's got like this other one packaged with it, and it was an old Xbox 360 one, and that had a demo disc on. So like, we're only going back one generation of gaming consoles when we had demos and stuff like that, and a magazine that had the demo disc on it, and then you'd have the write-up about the game on the inside so you can read about it. So, oh yeah, well, maybe that's worthwhile playing. Bung it in the console. Let's try it out. Oh yeah, well, I'm going to buy that game. They'll generate tons more revenue and like more sales if they started doing that again. Yeah. Sure, maybe people aren't buying magazines or anything like that.
I was going to say that is the downfall, because people don't buy magazines anymore, because you'll find that the current generation of people who are playing the current gen consoles, and well, less the people who are playing PCs, but the people who are playing the current gen consoles can't read.
They're not old enough to read.
No, they're not old enough to read. Go away, FX Boy. Who needs demo discs? Fuck games. Not everyone can associate themselves with an emulator that will run on a Raspberry Pi 0 or 2 or
I mean,
3.
my experience with emulators was back in the day when you still had the Game Boy, and I used to play like Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, all of those like pre-color games on an emulator on my PC.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep.
I mean, I've just had terrible luck with emulators. I could never ever get one to work, and if I did get one to work, it was so buggy that the computer used to bloody freeze up, and it was just like
I had the same with the DS emulator when they first started coming out, so I could play Yu-Gi-Oh games and all that sort of shit, but I think they finally fixed it up, or it was my computer or something like that.
Or someone just can't write properly. I mean, let's face it, I don't know if you saw those the hackers from India who lost out on $800 million because they spelt foundation wrong doing a bank transfer.
No, I did not see that.
Quality. It's like they tried 80 times, and then all of a sudden they got very suspicious of why someone was trying to transfer $80 million in various transactions to the same place.
Yeah.
It was
all comes down to one spelling mistake.
Yeah, they put
stay in school, kids. Stay in school. Well, not that there's any kids watching this, but you know.
Well, there might be. Hello, wee one. Hi. Right. Okay.
Time to go to bed.
Or you've just
got out scratching underneath your bed.
And let's face it, if your parents find the boogeyman under your bed, what are you going to do?
You're all fucked.
Bedtime stories brought to you by Bandsaw the Hedgehog and Monk's Boy.
We should write this down.
It's fine, we've got it recorded. Okay, so where do you think the next Call of Duty is going?
To be honest, I don't give a shit. But as it's an Infinity Ward title, I mean, a lot of people
find a color other than green or brown or grey.
Fuck, I hope so. But like, I mean, everyone's saying that it's going to be Ghost too. But I mean, with it being like Ghost being such a monumental flop, like, not that it wasn't a good game. I did enjoy playing. Like, the hit registration was great. The guns did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
But the multiplayer side of it, it was just, you know, it wasn't great. Like, it was too slow. They need to find that right balance, you know? Like,
yeah.
I think Treyarch have got that balance right. Like, you know, it's not slow. It can get fast at times, but like sometimes you really want it to go fast. Like, you want to be going, oh, like there's a guy. And sometimes, like, you know, it can slow it down, but not slow it down too much where it's like you're walking for 5 minutes around a map trying to find someone and there's no one there. And then you're just slowly drifting off to sleep and you end up walking past someone and they're in a corner. Like, you know, they need to find that sort of balance. Like, go back to the way that they did have Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. I mean, a lot of people rag on Modern Warfare 3. And sure, I didn't get into, like, the Call of Duty series, like, when it came out, straight away type of thing. Like, but I did get into, when I played Modern Warfare 3, it was great. I enjoyed the game. And they had that hit registration that Ghost had. It had, like, the guns was doing what it was supposed to do. Sure, there was all the bullshit of the quick scoping and all that. But, I mean, that's just part and parcel with Ghost now, not Ghost, sorry, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
So, like, you know, you've just got to fucking live with it. But, like, get back to that old style, like, find what they did back in those games, like COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, whatever they did with that formula of that game, that would be the great, like, you know, the formula to take to this next game. Like, sure, they've been at it for 2 years already. So, I mean, whatever we say, it's complete bullshit anyway. Like, you know, they could be taking it no matter where. Like, you know, they've already, as I said, they've got 2 years under their belt already making this game. And sure, 99% of it is probably working out the wireframes of the thing and the whiteboard, like the white models, white box, and all the maps and everything like that. And they've just got to probably just stick on like the rest of the thing and do like the storyline for all that bullshit. No matter what we say, like, they're obviously, like, we're not going to influence them. But I'd like to see something that maybe takes it back to that stage. Maybe not a boots on the ground. Like, you know, everyone's complaining, boots on the ground. We want boots on the ground. Like, we're sick of this wall running, Titanfall-esque, advanced warfare style game. But, like, you know, as long as it's a fun game, I think people will play. Yeah. No matter what mechanics in the game. And I mean, I got into, you want to talk about playing a game that's bad. And it wasn't the game that it was bad. It was the console that I played it on. I first got into Call of Duty on the Wii. And I tell you, that is the worst console ever to play Call of Duty on. Now, this was back when, like, you know, I mean, you can still do it now, but back when it was, like, you know, acceptable to rent your games from, like, you know, your local Blockbuster or whatever. Yep. I rented Call of Duty Modern Warfare, like Call of Duty 4.
Oh, yeah.
And it was called the Reflex Edition because it was on the Wii. So when I'm sitting there with my Wii remote, like, you know, that's how you aim. And you've got your nunchuck like that. And you'd play for 4 hours and your wrist would be, like, stuck like that. Like, you know, you'd be fucked.
Trying to throw a grenade like that, and you realise fucking...
And then you let go of the remote and it goes through the telly.
It's like, shit, no!
Yeah, I went from COD 4 on the Wii to World at War on the Wii. Like, the missus bought that because she said, oh, you look like you're enjoying that, so let's play, what game? I said, we'll get that one. And she's like, no, I like, you know, the historic ones, not modern. And I'm like, all right, well, look, there's one, World at War. And she's like, oh, what's that one? Read the back of it, you fool. And it's like, oh, it's World War II. All right, well, we'll get that. I spent like 6 months playing that before I got myself a PlayStation 3 and then went through World at War, COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. I think I went through those 4 in the space of a month and a half. And then I played Black Ops 2, completely skipped Black Ops 1, then went back to Black Ops 1, and then, like, you know, progressed normally, like Ghosts. Advanced Warfare, which I bought probably within 2 months of Black Ops 3 coming out. I mean, after all the reviews I heard of that, like, you know, from friends, like Thunder, Apocalypse, all of that, I gave that game a wide berth. And then Mike did a commentary for Thunder's, like, TSG channel. And I'm looking at it, and he's talking about how much fun he's actually having. And I thought, all right, can I pick it up cheap? Like $20, I found a copy of it, put it in. And I actually did have fun with it. Fair enough, it was near the end of its life cycle, probably didn't have all the bullshit that it did have to begin with. Yeah. But I mean, sometimes you've just probably got to bite the bullet and see what the game is like for yourself. Don't listen to the reviews. I mean, all right, fair enough. Maybe listen to the reviews of what they're saying, like, you know, what concerns they've got with the game themselves. But sometimes you've just got to bite the bullet and get the game yourself.
Yeah.
And hopefully pick it up on sale.
Always pick it up on sale. Any money you can save, especially on these fucking rip-off games, is fucking fair play to anyone that gets a discount there.
The prices of games in Australia is just ridiculous.
The prices of games anywhere are ridiculous. But I mean,
I'm paying new release games are $100 here or more.
Wowza. That's.
I mean, fair enough. Like, you take.
Suppose that works out to be about £60. Yeah, 60 quid.
Yeah. I mean, I think Mike and I sat down and worked it out one time. It's basically you can double what you guys pay.
Oh, wow.
Like if you take your brand new games are £50-60, you double that. That's what we're going to pay in dollars.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the same with everything here, like music, movies, games. It's bullshit. Yeah. But like, you know.
It's fine. You know, it could be worse. It could be much, much worse.
Oh, shit, yeah.
You could have to pay to play online as well.
We do.
Yeah, everyone does. Damn you, PC Master Race.
I mean, that's another thing I got asked when I switched to Xbox. When I switched to Xbox, people asked me, why didn't you get an Xbox 360 or why are you only doing it now? And I think I answered that in that Q&A question video I did where I dyed my hair purple and beard green. That, like, you know, PS3, you didn't have to pay to play online. Xbox 360, you did. Simple fucking maths there.
Yeah, exactly. You
nowadays, like, you know.
Plus, with the PlayStation 3, you know, you got a free Blu-ray player. It's just like, wow.
Yeah, fucking bonus.
But yeah, I mean, obviously we've gone through the whole, why you bought the Xbox One and the reasoning behind it. But do you actually think there's much of a difference between the two consoles, really, when it comes down to it, between the one and the four?
I think so. Sure, like each game has got, each console has got its own exclusives, and I mean, fair play to them. Like if they want to have like the exclusives of what is driving this. I suppose you could call it a console war, but it's not really a console war. It's just trying to one up the other to try and get someone to buy, like this person to buy that console. So like, you know, you've got, as I said, Bloodborne on the PS4. You've got, I don't even know, Halo on the Xbox One. Like people that want to play Halo. That's basically what drove me also to buy an Xbox One, was the fact that I've never played a Halo. I was interested in playing Halo, so I bought the Xbox One. Yeah. Fair enough. I never enjoyed playing Halo 5, but like, you know, I made the decision. I got to live with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, as much as I'd like to play Gears of War, which again is another Xbox title, I'd rather play Uncharted.
Yeah.
It was that balance. I mean, and at the end of the day, I think it comes down to more like this console war. It comes down to more where your friends are. I mean, you're not going to go out and buy an Xbox One if all your friends are on PlayStation. Vice versa.
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, I don't know. You might be one of those sad, lonely retards that do that. Can I say retard?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean that in the non-offensive term, but the seriously offensive term. If your brain eludes you on a regular basis because you're thick, you are a retard. It is nothing to do with any kind of physical or mental disability. Okay?
Exactly.
Trust me, I have a friend who has Down syndrome who called another one of my friends a retard. Which I wish I could capture on video and put on because, oh, Smudge, you're just gold. I had an epic question to wrap this all up with, but I seem to have accidentally deleted it.
Oh, bugger.
So, yeah, I'll just nick one. Oh, I'll nick that one. I know you like that one. So, it's the end of the world. You've had the knock on the door. Pick your top 5 games that you take into the vault with you.
Oh, God. Well, as I said on the comment of that, I will take Fallout 4.
You going with 4?
Now, I'm not really. I'm not going to limit this just because I've got an Xbox One, because I imagine that we've got both consoles in the vault.
Oh, you've got all the tech you need. You can only fit 5 games in there for whatever reason. You've only got 5 shaped slots.
All right. I'll take Fallout 4. I'll take Bloodborne just to appease Mike, and so I can play it, and he can. I'll take him with me, and then that bastard will just sit there and laugh at me.
Would it be Shaun of the Dead type scenario? He'd be dead, but you'd still hear his voice.
Oh yeah, I'd have him laughing in the back of the head every time I died. You just hear that evil Geordie giggle of his. Right, so we've got Fallout 4. Bloodborne. I think we can class Monkey Island 1 and 2 as one game, can't we?
Yeah, because they were released on one disc. Okay, I'll give you that.
I'd probably take Modern Warfare 3 just for that was my favorite one out of all the games. Oh, and the last one. Just for it, I'd have to say Sonic the Hedgehog. The first one.
Okay, so there you have it. There is Bandsaw's top 5 games, and I think with that, we'll leave it there.
Alrighty.
Is there anything else you want to add before I wrap this up completely?
No. My mind is drawn a blank.
Well, there's a surprise. Okay, well, I've been the Monkey. That's been Bandsaw the Hedgehog. And if you like this, let us know. Until next time, stay awesome.
I was going to say that.